Okay, welcome back to Salvy and Quinn, everybody. Another Salvy solo one, and today we are looking at the World Cup 2026 groups. These are being played in Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Two of the host cities are right by me, Vancouver and Seattle. So I might be going to this shit, and I'm very excited to look at the groups, do a little prediction here, and more than just doing a prediction, because we don't even have all the teams yet. There's still 6 groups that need a team because of a playoff, stuff like that. We don't know all the groups yet, so I want to do a prediction, but not really go too crazy. Kind of see what the most logical, most likely outcomes are, and then we can take a look at the bracket, the knockout stage bracket, the first World Cup ever with a round of 32, and that just is so exciting because as soon as the knockout stage bracket is made, it's going to be like a March Madness style. Like you can see all the paths, who's going to have to face who. And we can already look at the groups and realize, like, yeah, there's some obvious, like, Argentina's going to win their group. Brazil's going to win their group, right? There's already some obvious ones. No spoilers, though. And we can start to kind of piece together the knockout stage. So let's just get right into it. Group A. Really fun group. I work with a lot of Mexicans, and a lot of them are really good friends of mine. And so me and two of my coworkers are both Mexican, and we're watching this on the phone. We're watching the draw. And Mexico's Group A, Canada's Group B. So all the first teams drawn were right into our groups. And they were really happy with their group. If I was them, if you swapped Canada and Mexico, I would not feel good at all. Because it's a really even group. We've got Korea here, then Mexico, then South Africa, and then the first of 6 teams that aren't qualified yet. I will be saying who I think this team will be, and we'll just pretend as if that's the team. But I'm going to say this is Denmark. This could totally be Czechia. Like this could absolutely be Czechia, and that would change the group a lot. So I'm just doing the predictions that I think are the most likely right now, and then I'll do a real prediction, throw in a few curveballs, right? Make it look like a real tournament. But for now, we just want to get a better sense of what is most likely to happen, what games are going to be where. Which games could I go to, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to say this is Denmark for now. Now, let's just get into the scoring. So Mexico, South Africa, opening game of the tournament. It was also the opening game of the 2010 World Cup. Really the first opening game that I remember. 2006 was my first World Cup, but I didn't know what it was then. So the opening game meant nothing to me, right? But this is like my first opening game, World Cup game ever. Mexico, South Africa, in South Africa. Now we've got it in Mexico, and I think it was a 1-1 draw 16 years ago. Oh my god, 15 right now. It was a 1-1 draw last time. I'm going to say 2-1. No win for Bafana this time. Then Korea Republic and Denmark. Man. I'm going to say European teams have an edge. I'll say another 2-1. I'll say 2-0 to Denmark. Then we got Denmark, South Africa. I think South Africa are actually a really good team, but I'm just going Mexico because they're going to be in the Azteca and it's going to be going crazy. I'm going to give it to them there. But I'm going to say South Africa get a result here. 1-1 against Denmark. Then I said I was going to say the most likely thing, and I can't do that. Mexico, South Korea. Yeah, I'll go another 1-1. This is what I'm talking about with this group. I think it's going to be so tight. And then last one, I think 2-3 Mexico. And so Mexico get the win against Denmark. The stadium's going crazy. And then South Africa, Korea Republic, Korea do show up, and it's a 3-1. So there's the group. So we got Mexico on 7. Denmark on 4, South Korea on 4. They will all go through to knockout stage. And then South Africa on 1. On to my group. Canada with... I know it's going to be Italy. That's the thing about our group compared to Mexico's group, is we have a harder best team, and they might not even be the best team. This could be Wales, Bosnia, or Northern Ireland if Italy fuck up. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Italy, then Switzerland. But Qatar is easier than any of these teams. So we've got a hard team, but an easy team. And that easy team might be enough that we just get one win against Qatar, and then boom, we're into the knockout stage. right? Unlike South Africa, who are in this really hard group and they might not get a win and then they don't have a chance. So, Canada, Italy. I think that actually we could win against Italy. They have not been that good in recent years. They lost to Costa Rica in 2014. They lost to Slovakia in 2010. Why can't they lose to Canada in 2026? But for the sake of this video, I will say Italy win. I'll say it's 2-1 Italy. But I seriously think we could win that game like 1-0. And Toronto would be set on fire, dude. No, just kidding. They aren't that. Did I just press the simulate button or something? What was that? It's not going to be 4-3 for Qatar. I'll say Switzerland win this fucking 4-0. Then Switzerland against Italy. I'll say 1-1. Qatar, Canada. I'll say 3-1. Switzerland, Canada. Honestly, I think we could tie them. And then Italy, Qatar. Yeah, we'll say 2-0. Italy aren't even that good. Canada's gonna beat them. Okay, so there we go. What did I do wrong? I somehow gave Qatar 4. Why is my computer like trying to give Qatar these wins? Yeah, 23-1. So there we go. Italy win the group. Honestly, Switzerland's more like to win. I think Switzerland are probably the favorite. Yeah, I had them tie and then tie Canada. Yeah. I think when I do my real prediction, I will probably predict Switzerland to win this group and maybe Canada come second, but Italy come third. Because like I just think it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. But we're doing the most likely thing right now. Brazil, Morocco. Morocco could win this. Morocco could actually win this, and then Scotland, Haiti. We'll say it's a fun one. Morocco gets the win against Scotland, and then 7-1. Oh, if you click a team, it gives you a random result. I see. Okay, so we'll say set for the dummies out there. So 7-1, and then Scotland, Brazil. I'm gonna say it's 2-1. Scotland have played Brazil in a. I think Scotland and Brazil played in a World Cup before, and then Morocco, Haiti. So 4-0. So not a surprise. I think that's could be how it goes. Then USA with their easy group at a glance. This group is easy at a glance, and I think USA are gonna think, oh, we're gonna win this 9 points. But seriously, I think they could lose to Paraguay this opening game. I'm going to say it's a draw. Then Australia against, I'm going to say Turkey. I'll say Australia get a win. Then Turkey get a win against Paraguay. Then USA, I'm going to say they lose to Australia. And then Turkey and USA, I'll say it's a draw. And then Paraguay against Australia, I'll say it's 1-0. I'm going to say Australia. And there you go. But this would have USA going out. Okay, fine. I'm looking at it like, wait a second. I will make USA beat Paraguay. And then, yeah, so there we go. So Paraguay gets eliminated, yeah. So Australia, Turkey, USA, Paraguay. That is kind of how I see that group going. This is going to be a tight group, though. Just like this one. I really like these groups. I really like them. This one is a traditional group. You got your top team in the world. You've got your really good dark horse team. You've got kind of a middling European team. And then you've got the underdog, right? Like, that's a classic group right there. This one's a bit interesting, but these two are so even. And I did not expect that from this World Cup. But I guess those are the two with hosts. So now we've got Germany's group. This is my runner-up for Group of Death. The Group of Life, not including the host ones, because obviously the host ones are going to be easier. This one's still kind of beefed up with Switzerland and probably Italy. But this, my Group of Life is almost definitely Argentina's group, because Algeria, Austria, Jordan, Argentina is such an easy group for Argentina. So, or Belgium, Egypt, Iran, but like New Zealand, but Egypt and Iran are pretty good. So I don't know. I'd probably say this is the Group of Life. But Belgium is definitely worse than Argentina. It's not the Group of Life for the teams in it with Argentina, I guess. This is my first for Group of Death, though. Cote d'Ivoire, Curacao, Ecuador, Germany. And this is my winner for Group of Death. Likely Qatar or Iraq, which isn't that crazy. But France, Norway, Senegal is tough. That's tough. Back to it. We've got Cote d'Ivoire, Germany. I'm going to say, yeah, unfortunately, Curacao like got the meme group where they are just gonna get absolutely battered. Unfortunately, it sucks. That's just how it is. And then Ivory Coast. Oh, this is gonna be such a good game. Such a good game to start off this group. So much hangs on this game, and I'll put it as a draw, and then everyone just has to beat up on Curacao. I'll say Cote d'Ivoire tie Germany. I'll say Ecuador lose to Germany. So that has Cote d'Ivoire coming in second. Yeah, okay. I think that's pretty normal, how people expect it. Japan, Netherlands. I'll love Japan. Just have that anime protagonist energy in World Cups. The last one, like, even the one before that, they kind of had a crazy downfall against Belgium. Like, they blew it. They're always dramatic. I say they tie the Netherlands in the opening game. This is most likely to be Sweden, Poland, or Ukraine. And this is really the only one that I don't know who this is going to be. Obviously, we know Italy's the favorite. Denmark probably the favorite over Czechia. We'll get to future ones. DR Congo, Iraq. Like, we have favorites. Sweden, Ukraine, and Poland is tough. And why do I want to give it to Ukraine, dude? Why? I wonder why. I want to give it to Ukraine. Poland aren't that good, and Sweden bottled. Kosovo was above them. I'm going to give it to Ukraine. Ukraine are the most in form out of all those teams, I feel like. I'm going to give it to Ukraine. Ukraine, Tunisia. I'm going to say it's a 2-2. Tunisia are really good too, so it starts all ties. Another close group here. Tunisia, Japan. We'll give it to Japan. And then Netherlands, Ukraine. They played in the Euro. I'll give it to Netherlands. And then Tunisia, Netherlands, I will say another draw. And then Japan, Ukraine. I'm sorry, Ukraine. So it ends with, wow, this would end 5-5-2-2. Hold on. Yeah, I tried to change my fucking score. 5-5-2-2, no longer. 7-5-2-1. Japan win the group over Netherlands. I like it. I mean, okay, fine. For argument's sake, to see where most likely things, I keep forgetting I'm trying to do that, we will go with Netherlands on top. We'll give them a 2-1 win, 7 draw, and then now they're on top. Belgium with a super easy group at a glance. Could be tougher, though. I could see Egypt, Iran causing problems. I will give Belgium a 1-0 win. Iran gets a 1-0 win. New Zealand, a 3-2 loss against Egypt with the win. And then Belgium, I'll say they tie Iran. Iran has some good World Cup performances. Almost tied Argentina. If it weren't for a messy 93rd minute game winner or whatever it was, the one where he curls it around the left side of the corner. In 2014, Iran would have had a win there, or had a draw there. And then they almost got out of a group with Portugal and Spain in 2018. And then last year, they beat Wales and like almost tied USA. Iran are good in World Cup, so I'll give them a tie there. And then in the game they need it. It's not gonna be 4-0. I'll say 3-1. And then fuck it. Belgium also tied New Zealand. No, that would put them above. Now Belgium get the win there. And fuck, it keeps trying to change this shit. So there we go. Belgium on goal difference. Maybe Iran aren't going to do that well. Here, we'll give them another draw. There we go. Cape Verde and Spain. Yeah, there's going to be these. Like in this format, there's going to be these. And that's okay. Uruguay. This is the most like Confederations Cup group ever. I mean, Cape Verde would not be in a Confederations. You know what I mean. Just like two really good South American European teams. And then 2 not very good. And I'll say it's a 2-2 and neither of them go. And this I'll give to Spain. 1-0. Okay. Group of death. France, Senegal. Yep, 2-0. I like it. I'll start. You know what? I will start using these. If it doesn't give me 4-0 every time. Norway and likely Iraq. I'll give it to Norway. I'll say it's 3-0. Iraq, Senegal. I'll give it to Senegal. Say it's more like 3. France, Norway. At the World Cup. I think France just barely get them. And then Iraq, France. Fuck it. I'll say France tied Tunisia last time. I'll say they tie Iraq this time. And then Senegal, Norway, I'll say Holland does it. 3-1. So Senegal in third in that group. Algeria, yeah, we're going to give it to them. And here's the only real game. Austria, Algeria. Gonna give it to Algeria? I'm gonna give it to Austria. I'm sorry. I that's what I might do in my real prediction. But I'll do Austria for now. Here's another one where I'm literally just gonna click Portugal and France or Portugal and Colombia every time. This is probably going to be DR Congo. I'll give it to him. And in Portugal, I will give it to him against Colombia. And last but not least, England's group. I'll give them the win against Croatia, and then just play it out from there. I think this has a high likelihood of being a 9-6-3-0. But Croatia, Ghana have done crazy things in the past. So now, we just have to pick one. It doesn't just show us. Okay, we start with the knockout stage. So it starts with the winner of Group E here, and then a third place team. Now, the third place teams are just, you can't predict that, right? 8 of the 12, the highest rated 8 of the 12, this will be decided by 1 or 2 goals, right? Like, it is impossible to predict down to the group which you're going to be going through. I did it. I had group, I don't even know, group like C, E, I can't remember. 4 groups. I was like, yeah, not these teams because they were low rated. Didn't have as many points. But here we go. Pathway 1, pathway 2. This is the 2 sides of the bracket. Germany and France next to each other. So that would be winner group E, winner group I. This is what I want to do. I want to understand the bracket better. So yeah, winner of group E, winner of group I. If everything goes normal, that will be Germany and France. So Germany and France likely to play in the World Cup round of 16. You can send that. That is official. Because I've got the Wikipedia page for the World Cup coming up right next to me here. Those 2 teams, yeah, if they win their groups, they will play in the World Cup round of 16, which is a pretty big one. It's a pretty big one. Next up, we've got UEFA Qual 4, which I believe is Denmark. So that is runner-up Group A. So that would be Denmark. So this could also be Mexico. This could be South Korea. And then we've got Switzerland, which would be runner-up Group B. So this could be Canada. That was one thing I told my coworkers. I'm like, yeah, Mexico and Canada, if they both get second place in their group, they are playing each other in the round of 32, not even the round of 16. Which I can't believe they made that decision. Because FIFA chose which groups they would be in. And they chose A, B, knowing that they would face each other in the round of 32. All they have to do is both get second, which is like totally reasonable. And then the hosts play each other in Los Angeles. Like, great. In this situation, though, it's Denmark, Switzerland. But yeah, this could be Mexico. This could be Canada, Italy. So Italy, France, Germany could all be over here if it's second place. Netherlands, so this is winner group F. So Netherlands in this corner. So I remind you, this is all just to make a semifinal, right? Of these 4 teams, 1 will make a semifinal. So Germany, France, possibly Italy, Switzerland, Netherlands. One of those teams will make a semifinal. As for the prediction, I guess we will, we'll do it. I'll say Switzerland over Denmark and Netherlands. Then Colombia, so this would be runner-up Group K versus runner-up Group L. So this is Portugal's group and England's group right next to each other. So these are the runners-up. Yeah, this is probably gonna happen because I would say Portugal wins their group and England wins their group. And that would set, and Colombia, I think this is very likely to happen. Colombia and Croatia, you should be looking out for each other in the round of 32. That's a tough one. And honestly, I'll give it to Colombia just because I don't want to have all European teams. But yeah, that's a tough one. And then you guys have Spain next to you. So Colombia, Croatia, Spain. This is Austria. It could be Algeria. But Colombia, Croatia, Spain, yeah. That is a foursome that I think is very likely. Definitely a threesome here. Maybe that's Portugal. Maybe that's England. Maybe that's crazy. That would really spice things up if England and Portugal got second in their groups, because then you've got England, Portugal, and Spain just to make a quarter final, bro. Canada is the third place team. Okay, so this is winner group H. No. Winner group. Sorry, this is winner group H. This is winner group D. This could be the United States of America, and they would get a third place team. And somehow, in that situation that I did, it is Canada. The options are Group B, E, F, I, or J. So out of 5 Canada got here, all I would have to do is go back to the group stage and make the U.S. win this group by changing one result, and then this would be a Canada-USA round of 32. That is not going to happen. The odds of that happen, maybe it does, but it could happen. The odds of that are crazy. I mean, I didn't even get it in this prediction here. But they have a way to play each other in the round of 32. I hope Mexico and U.S. have a way of playing each other in the round of 32. They don't. They could, of course, they can't. But Canada can play USA and Mexico in the round of 32. Good to know. And then Belgium is Group G winner. So, yeah, if USA win their group, of course, if USA win their group, then the group winner that they would play would be Belgium, if all things go correctly. Of course, they get the easiest knockout stage team or the easiest pot 1 team that isn't a host. Yeah. So that would be Belgium, USA, Australia, the other teams here. So this is already a very easy corner, and yeah, unless Portugal and England fumble and end up here, Spain has a nice path to the semifinal, dude. Really nice, really, really nice. Pathway 2. By the way, I didn't say where these games would be played. This would be in Boston. This would be in New York. This would be in LA. This would be in Guadeloupe. This would be in Toronto. Fun one to have in Canada. This would be in LA. This would be in San Francisco, and this would be in Seattle. On to Pathway 2. We've got in Houston, we've got Brazil, winner of Group C. So this could also be Morocco. And then we've got tough Japan, runner-up of Group F. And they are in a group of Netherlands, Japan, like Ukraine, Sweden, and then Tunisia. Tunisia? Yeah, so the second place team gets to play Brazil. That's tough. The first place team got to play Morocco. So if Brazil fumbled, then it would be Morocco. But yeah, those two kind of swap, which is interesting. Cote d'Ivoire, Norway. This would be runner-up Group E, runner-up Group I. So, wow, whoa. The two that I've seen, the two groups of death, the runner-up of them play each other. That's intense. A group of death and the two runners-up have to play each other. That's wild. Two groups of death. And the runner-up has to play each other. And then the winner was Germany and France. So Germany and France, the winners of those groups, have to play each other after a little bit. That's crazy. There's two groups of death. The winner have to play each other after one round, and the runners-up play each other right away. That is so cool. That is so cool. I'll give it... I just saw I put Japan there. I'll give it to Norway. Mexico, so winner Group A, and then Ecuador is a third place team, so that could be anybody. England, winner Group L. England in Group L. People are going to be making jokes about that. And then Senegal. This was a round of 16 matchup last time. And this is another third place. So this could be anybody. So Mexico and England look like, because I do think Mexico are the runner, or are the favorite in Group A. Maybe it's Denmark if they make it, but they haven't. So I think Mexico are the favorite right now, and England are the favorite there. So yeah, England and Mexico looking to play in Mexico City. So this would be in Mexico City. This one would be in Arlington, by the way, Dallas. This one would be in Mexico City. This one would be in Atlanta. And this would be in Mexico City. Round of 16 to beat the curse of Mexico always getting knocked out at the round of 16 phase. Mexico versus England in the Azteca. Whew. Argentina, Uruguay. Wow. So Argentina in the easiest group for a world favorite with Jordan, Algeria, Austria. If they win that group, they will face the runner-up of England, Uruguay. That's the group, right? It's England, Uruguay, right? No, sorry. Where's Uruguay? Spain, Uruguay, not England, Uruguay. Spain, Uruguay. Okay, so this is Argentina, Uruguay right now. This could very, very easily be Spain, Argentina in the round of 32. Very easily. What has to happen? Uruguay has to beat Spain. That's it. If Uruguay beats Spain, they will be playing Argentina in the round of 32. Already, Argentina have a very easy group. They are already thinking about the round of 32 because they've got almost a fucking derby, World Cup derby, Uruguay versus Argentina. That's wild. That is the most likely thing to happen as well. Uruguay versus Argentina. That's the most likely thing to happen. And if Spain win their group and Argentina win their group, then this is why I wanted to do this video, to show you what games are going to happen almost definitely that you don't see yet. This is going to happen. If Spain win their group, this is either Argentina, Uruguay, or Uruguay, Spain. If Argentina lose their group, get second in their group, they would be playing Spain. So Argentina and Spain, a lot of people's final could very, very easily be a round of 32 if either team just slip up once. Crazy. This would be the... that's a fun one, though. It is runner-up Group D, so USA's group, and runner-up Group G. So Group G is Belgium's group. Okay, so I have Turkey getting second in Group D, and then Iran getting second in Group G. I think that's pretty reasonable. This could also be the United States. This could also be Egypt. But this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a weird one. And the winner has to play the world champions. The winner has to play either Argentina, Uruguay, or Spain. So whoever's coming out of this is fucked. Whoever gets second in Group D or second in Group E, I think it is. No, Group G. They're fucked. They're not getting past. We will say it's Iran. Then this is the winner of Group B. So that is Canada's group. This is what I was saying. I called my dad earlier and told him this. By the way, this is Miami and Dallas. This game is in Vancouver. And this will be the winner of Group B. So probably Italy. And then this will be, but it could be Canada. And they will be playing a third place team. We don't know. And then this is winner Group K, which is going to be Portugal or Uruguay. Or no, Colombia. Portugal or Colombia. And then against third place team. Right. So, we are also likely to see Portugal and then the winner of Group A, which is going to be Switzerland, Italy, Canada, right? One of those teams. So Portugal is looking at those. So, what have we learned from the round of 32? Well, we've learned that Germany and France in the two groups of death will face each other in the round of 16 after their groups of death. We've learned that the USA... no, that's not the USA. I'm trying to remember which... Because the USA is a third place team here, so I'm trying to remember where they're actually going to be. No, that's the other one. So, Switzerland, this is a runners-up. These are runners-up. So this is Denmark, Switzerland. This could also be Canada, Mexico. That's, it could be crazy. Netherlands, coming out of here, playing Morocco. Very likely, because Morocco's with Brazil. So this is a pretty likely one. Colombia and Croatia, the runners-up behind England and Portugal, are here next to Spain very easily. It could be England, Portugal here next to Spain. It'd be crazy. And then we've got, this could be USA, Belgium with a very easy path to probably play Spain, but maybe Portugal or England as well. And then pathway 2, Brazil very likely to play the runner-up of Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia group and Ukraine. So that's tough. And then the runners-up in the group of death will probably play Brazil. Mexico lined up to play England. That's very likely. Argentina, Uruguay could also be Argentina, Spain. Could also be, I guess, Austria if they won the group or something. But very likely that they will then go on, and this would be USA. So USA would play Argentina in the round of 16. I have it here being Turkey, I guess, and then Iran. And then we've got Italy and Portugal matched up here. So let's keep going here with France winning, Netherlands winning, Spain winning, and I'm just kidding. No, here's the run. I don't think Canada will even be in this situation, to be honest. Too good to be true. And then we'll have Brazil, we'll have England, we'll have Argentina, we'll have Portugal. So what have we learned here? We have learned that Netherlands and France, Netherlands and Germany, Switzerland and France, those teams are matched up to face in the quarterfinal. We have learned that Spain has a very easy semifinal path if they win their group. Colombia or Croatia won't be easy, and that could be that could be Portugal or England. But Belgium is looking like it's going to be Belgium or the US over here. So Spain will almost definitely have an easy quarterfinal. The matches before that, because this could also be Argentina, the matches before that are not as easy, but the quarterfinal at least should be fairly light for Spain. And then here we learn that Brazil and England are matched up. I really don't see any other favorite coming out of it here. I feel like Brazil and England are the obvious ones. And then Argentina, Uruguay also will have an easy path, and they are lined up, yes, to face Portugal. So if Portugal and Argentina both win their groups, they won't play in the final, they won't play in the semifinal, they will play in the quarterfinal. But I'm just going to be happy that they're playing at all, honestly, because it's still intense for obvious reasons. Portugal playing Italy here as well. Italy already even qualified, though, so I can't really, don't want to talk too much about them. So France, Spain lined up to be a semifinal, and Argentina, Brazil, Argentina, England, Portugal, Brazil, Portugal, England lined up to be the other one. I'll say Argentina, England here just to stay with the top 4 teams, right? And then I will say Argentina, and I will say Spain. And in the finals, I'll go Spain, and I'll go France. And that is my very quick, what is most likely to happen. Obviously, these are the top 4 teams. So these 4 teams, if they all win their group, they won't face until the semifinal. That's how FIFA have set it up. All of these games, I didn't say where these games were all happening. They're all happening in the US. I don't give a fuck. Does Seattle have one? No. Seattle doesn't have... Seattle has the winner D, winner G, which is this one, I think. No. This one. Okay, Seattle has this game. Seattle has these 2 games. So if Canada somehow got third and then randomly got put into that part of the bracket, then yeah, I would have another game for Canada, maybe. And this one's in San Francisco, so honestly, that's not too far either. So there you have it. There is my first glance World Cup bracket, kind of just looking at it, seeing what games are where. And yeah, we're seeing like Germany, France. That's one you can mark down. Probably going to happen. Colombia, Croatia. Another one. Very likely going to happen. Spain, Argentina could happen. Not in the final, but in the round of 32. Argentina, Uruguay, definitely one you should be looking out for. That could happen. Brazil, looking like the group of death. The winners play each other in the round of 16. The runners-up play each other in the round of 32 to play Brazil. Excuse me. England, Mexico looking likely. So anyway, these are just all things to pay attention for. And before you go, let me reset everything and do a little like something I could see happening that would be not just the favorites, but like let me actually put a little spice into it. So I'll go Mexico. I will go. Let's say this is Denmark. Yeah, I'll go draw. Can you just do that for a draw? Okay, great. So I'll just click. I won't say any scores. Okay, so I just kind of ran through that quick. Maybe I'll speed it up. Let's get into the knockout stage here. So Germany, Scotland. I'll say Germany. France, USA. Sorry, USA. Korea Republic, and this would be Italy. Wow, some 2002 flashbacks. I'll say Korea Republic. Netherlands, Morocco. I want to say Morocco so bad. I'm going to say Netherlands. Croatia, Colombia. Say Colombia. Spain. Australia, Switzerland. So Australia. And then this would be Denmark. Who is 4? Is it Denmark? It is Denmark. I'll say Iran. Crazy European upsets here. Pathway 2. Brazil, Japan. I would love to say Japan here, dude. Oh my god. That'd be classic Brazil. Now I'll say Brazil beat Japan. And then let's say Norway. Mexico. England. Same thing as last time. Argentina. Belgium. This would be against Turkey. Belgium, Turkey. I'll say Turkey. Canada, Algeria. Ooh. So, yeah, we just play a third place team, so we really don't know. Even if we win the group, we don't know. This is great. This is like what I know. I know it will not happen because this will not be Canada, Portugal. There's no fucking way. Let's get back over here. We'll say France. We will say. I want to make it more interesting. Yeah, I will, because I'm gonna say France anyway, and then Spain. Australia into the quarterfinals. Spain again. And say Spain. And then over here, we'll say Brazil. We'll say England. We'll say England. We'll say Argentina. We'll see Portugal. Say Argentina. Say Argentina. And we will say Spain. We'll say France. There you go. So that is my like way too soon picking. I'm still picking favorites. Like, when I make my prediction, it will not have Spain, Argentina, France, England. Literally the 4 top teams in the tournament. It will not have them as the last 4. I refuse to do that. I would do something like this, right? This side of the bracket's already looking crazy. And then this side, I'd probably do Japan here. Then maybe Mexico, right? Portugal and Argentina probably wouldn't actually face. It'd be like Uruguay wins here. This is Turkey, so Uruguay, Portugal, and then it's Portugal. Portugal, Mexico semifinal. Portugal wins that, right? And then it's Portugal against Spain or Korea Republic. Mexico and Korea making the semifinal. Yeah, you heard it here first. They're in the same group too. That's literally just what happened last time with Croatia and Morocco being the same group. That's so funny. And then they play again in third, fourth game, just like that would be the third time in a row actually, because Belgium, England were third, fourth. and they were the same group in 2018, and then it was Croatia, Morocco, and now it'd be Korea, Mexico, and then an Iberian final. Yeah, okay. Couple of clicks and things get too good. Thanks for watching, everybody. That was just a little deep dive on the World Cup and the groups and what it all means. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm okay. What's up? Goodbye.